By far, the best part of this hoop building, when I'm done with projects, I just can get out of here like this. Oh. How'd that happen? You are now watching Farming with Duffy Ag. Less than 24 hours ago, it was blizzarding out. Well, you all saw it. You watched the previous video. Look at it now. Just got home from work. It was 52 today. We had 4 inches of snow last night, yesterday evening, and then into the night. And we didn't plow anything. Mother Nature is definitely very confused. Granted, our winter's been like this. We've had the highs and lows. I bet we're gonna fight all the way till spring. Past spring. I think spring's in what, 10 days or something? But I appreciate you guys watching along. What we're gonna dive into today, let's see if we can put the fill box in. A lot of good ideas. A lot of good ideas, you guys. I didn't even think about welding stuff to the side of it and dropping it by myself. So I gotta cut it a little wider. If we drop it in, get it tacked, it'll start looking like a trailer. So appreciate you guys watching along, liking, subscribing, being part of it. Merch store, duffyag.com. Hit it up. So, alrighty, let's get into today. I apologize for some of the noise. I moved it from around the corner there so I had more light to work with. I know I got those lights, but they do flicker. LED bulbs or whatnot on the GoPro. I think this one's okay. So I gotta cut just a little bit more on this side, and then this should drop right in. Somebody said weld some angle iron to where you want to be. Honestly, that will do it, and then we can cut it back off. So I'll finish up cutting the edge, and then weld those. Should be good. Alrighty, got it cleaned up, got it widened. I really hope it fits down in now. We're gonna have to weld the edges at 2 points because we did have to cut into some of the structure, so we're gonna have to weld the edges, both sides, inside the tank, and then on top there, on top. It is what it is. I built this box over 2 years ago. Since that other manure tank, the Hool semi-trailer, 2 years ago yesterday, I put it together. We put the tank on the trailer. So I built this box at the same time because I was like, oh, I'm gonna use it on the blue trailer or blue tanker, and I never did. I don't know, we'll see. Alrighty, if I slide this over, I got a bar across it so I can pick it up. Light's dying on me. Got a battery on the charger. We're gonna be close. Maybe. Oh yeah. That's what I was worried about. I couldn't, if I wasn't perfectly cut. Okay, where are we hitting? We're good front to back. So one of the sides must be a little tight. Oh, right there. That one's tight. See, the welding of the tabs would make sense, but I see my brother's here. Maybe he'll give me a hand. I just gotta go in straight because it's touching on one side but not on the other, and then it started going, didn't it? Looks like it. Yep. The back corner. Okay, that is very tight, which makes it easier to weld on the sides because it's hard to get into to begin with. But the front's got some space. We were using the small hammer and that wasn't working. This one works though. Let me tell you what. So I got it tacked so I can see where 18 inches down is. And that should put it so that I got plenty of height because I want to line up as close to that other one as possible. If anything, I wish this was taller so that they'd be the same height perfectly. But I already cut those holes down there, and those holes are pretty much they're a vent hole for as you're filling. There. Get a level, make sure it's all level across. Oh, that is very close. We're gonna have to go a little past it. I think. Good. This actually got to come up now, but we'll tack that corner and then we'll pull it up. Bingo. Perfect. Back this corner. That's it. So here's what we got. It is in. The sides are extremely tight. I wish the front and back were tighter. Yeah, we're gonna have to fill some. But sides are tight. How's this back? Got a little bit of a gap. Those holes for being able to vent as you're filling, those are pretty much at the top, which is good. And that's roughly 18 inches out. I forget how that works out compared to my other one, what our total height was. I think I wanted more than 18, but with the holes it is what it is. It is what it is. But we'll run around and weld those in. Wearing a respirator definitely makes you feel better at the end of the day. The other day, let me take this stuff off. The other day when I was torching or plasma cutting and stuff. That night, I thought I was gonna be sick the next day. Your throat gets all odd, but you know it's getting cold because the GoPro batteries are dying. Somebody did say put the GoPro in a hand warmer or something like that, wrap it with something. I changed batteries quite a bit because we put it on time lapse and just let it go. And I think there is new GoPro batteries. I just haven't pulled the trigger. So this side's done. This side, I'm halfway across. I was alternating back and forth so that we don't warp very much. Look at that. Let's just step back. We're looking like a manure tank now. Oh yeah. That should be pretty good. So we got just about 18 inches up. I forget. I wish I remembered how tall the other tanker is. I think this is going to be like 6 inches shorter than the other tanker, which isn't the end of the world. We could put some plastic around it or rubber around it. The other one needs a little bit of rubber because it can come out the top if you get a little aggressive with it. This one should be much better off. A lot more baffles. It still goes down quite a ways in. So the hole right there that you can barely see. Let me bring some light over for you guys. So that hole right there, there's just barely a little bit of metal over the top of it. So that actually works pretty nice. But I'll finish up that. And then I'd really like to at least get a game plan on that swivel that's down there. Realistically, we have 3 more sections to put on, and then we will be done with a lot of it, except for hydraulics. And well, we still got to cut another hole. And okay, we got a few things, but we have this section, which is, I guess, the upright after the swivel. This is too long, clearly, because we moved everything, and this came off like a 9,500 gallon tanker, or 10,000, whatever they were running. I believe it was a 95. But we need this this part right here, because we got to build a bracket that goes around it, and it helps brace the pivot so you don't, or the riser, I guess, so you don't kill everything when you spin your boom out. This, though, is an actual valve, because people ask, what happens when you're spreading, field spreading? The manure is just going to run up and go wherever. At one point, and I guess we could have done this, at one point, the back came out and it had a spread plate on it. The problem I see with that is, in our scenario, we'd have to cap it when we're not using it every time. Because in our scenario, if that opens up just a little bit, it will pump manure out the wrong way. So a lot of people a lot of these setups, they're built and they're actually moving manure to frac tanks to either pump out of it. So somebody at one point welded that shut, but there is a flapper valve that moves back and forth in there. So when we're field spreading, I'll apply air to that cylinder, or we can make it manual. I might make it manual because we're either doing one or the other usually. That way I don't have to run another airlines are easy enough, but this pivot, this pulls it in and closes the door, or it goes the other way and closes the door going the other way. Much like the Hool tank, when it goes from spread to nurse, that's the same concept. But from there, that spout goes out and bolts on underneath my box of plasma cutter tips. Bolts onto this, goes up, so we need a piston in between it. Shouldn't be anything crazy there. And then we're going to cut this to length what we need. Out there, they love their long reach nurse booms. One, because they're putting that end of that back into the fill port, which is usually in the middle of the truck. So if you got a 40-foot trailer, I think they're 40s. They might be a little bit longer. From back to middle, you want a 20-foot boom, and then some. So they're doing that. Plus, so they can reach into different frac tanks. They can have 2 trucks, 3 trucks lined up and reach over each other. Basically makes it better. This was cut off because they weren't expecting to save it. So we got to pull the piece of aluminum out because it's aluminum. It's nice. It goes from 8-inch pipe to a 10-inch pipe at the end. So we just got to make a 10-inch pipe in the top of the tank so that it will sit back into it. And in case we ever have an issue where this opens up, it will, and we're not nursing, it will just pump it back in. Plus, when you're done, if there's any in the pipe left, it will dribble back in instead of dribbling down the side of your tank. So what we got to do with this, I got to pick it up with my brother's mini skid. That thing is handy. We're going to cut this flange off, and we're probably going to weld it right to this one. We'll clean this pipe up some. I wish I had Dylan's pipe tape. I gotta get one of them. So we're up here. There is gonna be a gear. Can you guys see? Gear in between? Yeah. I'm really hoping that lines up pretty well. I think we're gonna be right on the money, exactly where I want it to be. Dylan did a hell of a job, I think. We'll see. Dylan did do a hell of a job, but I think we're gonna be right on the money. Okay, so from here to the top of that fill spout, so that we don't have manure running up the pipe or anything like that in between, we got like 2 foot, 23, 24 inches to the top of the fill spout. So we want to be below that. So let's go and measure that other section. So we want our spout really not to sit up above it. It just makes it more convenient. So if for some reason you back up, turn you. For some reason you back up and you're off a bit loading, you're not smashing your fill into your nurse boom. Because you can, I'm trying to think, you can do that with the Hool tanker, but it's not ideal. You want it close, but not. So, ooh, 24 to the top of our pipe is right there. So we're gonna cut this like here. There ain't gonna be much in between it, which is okay. That is okay. I don't know if you guys noticed before, but there is a light bar on this thing. Oh damn, how do I open it? There we go. Woo-wee. Yep, light bars. Lighting the night up. What are you doing, buddy? He's ready to go home. Let me pick this up, we'll mark it and see where we get to. Maybe we'll be done for the night. It's Yanko's birthday on, I think it's Monday. So, Yanko came out of New York, from a breeder in New York. They're also dairy farmers, also Agamark farmers. Actually, Scotticoke, New York. And they were born on 3/14/2015, so he'll be 7. You're gonna be 7. And his sister's name is Pi because 3.14. So his sister's still with the breeder. Yeah. But fun fact, I think it's Monday. Let me look. Today is Friday, so I gotta figure out what we're gonna do for his birthday party. Yeah, Monday. Daylight savings time this weekend too. This thing is sweet, so if anybody wants a mini skid, I would get a ditch witch. But as you see, what the hell is that pipe in there? What is that? I don't know what that pipe is. There's a flap that goes, wait. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna say that wasn't in there when they were spreading last, but so yeah, there's a flapper valve right there. I don't know if I can move it by my hands. Oh, probably not. It's probably stiff too from not moving. But that would close, block this side off so it wouldn't spread it or wouldn't nurse anything. So theoretically I could have done that instead of putting the valve where I did. But as I said, my reasonings behind that. Plus, that makes it really easy. So on like the Hool one, when I go to cap it, I gotta climb up on a ladder and throw the thing on, throw the cap on. This, I'm much more confident in this than I am in like a flapper valve like that. But we'll get a cap and we'll put it on because it's always awkward when you spread on the road. So literally get done, take the spread plate off, put a cap on, call it good, and go nurse and manure. And a lot of people say, why do you call it nurse and manure? I don't know. That's like the terminology. Transfer in. This is a nurse boom, like you're nursing. I don't know. Nurse and manure to another tanker. So, but transfer manure, nurse boom, whatever you want to call it, wherever you are, I guess. Got that one marked. This one, I'm looking at it. This is a legit like flange end. So if we cut that weld off, we should be able to pop this off. It will make it sliding onto that really, really easy and nice. But we'll cut that. We'll cut that. I do believe there's a lip in there. I might be wrong. We're gonna let it cool down. We'll have to chisel out what's left of it. I might have got a little aggressive over there. If not, we'll flush it. We'll make it flush. We're gonna weld it right to this one up here. So I gotta cut this now. Finish marking across. Yeah. Okay. That did not go at all according to plan. So that did not go at all according to plan. Got that section, so we cut, I don't know, I'm gonna say 2.5 foot out of that, maybe a little more. And now it's up here. Gotta straighten it up, clean up everything. Yeah, it takes quite a bit when you're, I've never welded flanges together, ever. So, I'm just out here figuring it out as I go. But that's gonna be actually really nice. At least it should be. Hopefully the bolts don't get, no, we'll get the right size bolts. So there's still a gear that goes in between there, which is right here. So the bolts go through it, and what the gear does is that works off of that motor and spins it. So this is gonna go on top of there, and then all the pipes get connected to the front side of it, right here. Yeah, this is actually, it's coming. It just takes me a lot longer to do this stuff than what Dylan Clark did. And we got this cut. Tomorrow is Friday. Hopefully work goes nice and good, and I can get back and I can start actually, hopefully I can get this on tomorrow. And then this weekend, if we get that on and we get in and we weld that, we really won't have that much more welding other than some pipes down the side for the hydraulic flow back. And I got to figure out exactly what I'm going to do on that. But if we get that on, weld inside, we do have to do a float. I'll probably do the same as I usually do out the back on the corner with a bobber on it. That makes it easy enough to see, because usually you're standing right here while you're loading. And when it starts moving up, you know you're full. So, yeah. But, alrighty. So, I guess we're done for the night. Yanka's been ready to go home for the last, like, come here. You've been ready to go home since we got here. You're like, I've had a long day. What'd you do? You chased geese this morning? We went up to New Hampshire. We did maintenance on a robot. We worked on a cow brush. There, you tried to herd cattle. What else did you do today? You, they threw the ball for you for a while. You slept. You got snacks. And now we're here. You've been chasing stuff out there, haven't you? But, alrighty. We're going to get out of here. Appreciate you guys watching along. It's coming together. It definitely is coming together. Spring is coming quick. That snow yesterday really puts you off, and then all of a sudden, you got to think. I'm like 4 weeks maybe from spreading. Maybe. So we got a lot of work to do. But appreciate you guys. Yeah, keep liking, sharing. Tell everybody to like it. If you haven't liked the channel, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go make a Google account if you haven't. Just subscribe. It helps all the algorithms. But appreciate it, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.